The Dyson Sphere's construction continues. Can you believe we're having processor problems again? I can't decide if I can believe or if I can't believe it. But they're almost solved. Mostly, I think. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Dyson Sphere Program in our Alpha Andromedae series. So, I have a solution. Actually, let me not fly too far that direction because I have a means to potentially improve said processor production, which has been problematic for a while. Let me first of all delete this real quick so I can get rid of this arch. I was able to remove a silicon mining line because this planet is no longer mining silicon at all. And as a consequence of no longer mining silicon at all, okay, that's not promising. Wait, do you have a filter set up? No, you don't. It's sending a lot down. Yeah, I'm not optimistic about how much it's sending down that line, but maybe it'll still help in the grand scheme. So this might not be as much of a solution as I'd hoped, but we're going to try it all the same. We are going to try it all the same. Oh, hang on. What do you mean collide with other object? Oh, okay. Yeah, this didn't help that much, unfortunately. It almost seemed to make it worse. Yeah, let me take a look at this. Did that just make it worse? Because it feels like it. No, I kept it about the same. We just need to, like, have more silicon moving down this line. And right now, that's not really happening. All right, so let's take a look at where we can do that. Because I have more silicon here. So I could produce... I could have another line which is coming in and feeding all of this. Which, it might be better than splitting off this line. Yeah, that could work. Like if I had a line just come in like this. Yeah. That's what I'll do. I'm going to delete that. I still need the splitter. I'll leave that splitter. But what I'm going to do here is have a second line that is... There we go. Coming in from the direction of the ILS. You know, on second thought, I don't think I need to raise that. Why don't I just keep it inside here? Oh, wrong way. Why don't I just keep it inside? And it's a little bit weird because we're going to have a copper, or not a copper line, but a silicon line kind of coming in from above here. go. And that's where I need to connect it, right there. And that's actually fairly doable in the grand scheme, so let's just, let's get that done. Let's see. No, just kidding. It's not fairly doable from that particular direction. It's doable from this one, though. All right, so the trouble here... Yep, got it. Perfect. The trouble with this is going to be ensuring that we still have enough silicon coming in. Because now we are heavily dependent upon a strong flow of silicon coming in from this direction. And another thing I need to do here is make sure this is painted. Because currently I have not done so. So let's go ahead and paint it real quick. First of all, we need to bring it down to the ground, which is not an issue. Then we have... Where's our nearest proliferator paint? Nowhere close? Of course it's nowhere close. Why would we expect... Why would we have any different expectations? Alright, let's reverse you. Alright, so closest proliferator paint is where exactly? Yeah, I still need to proliferate all of this as well. Yep, it's right here. So, if I can get a splitter down here, that would be the easiest way to just free some up. And of course it doesn't fit. Oh, man. It will, like, literally make my day. It might even make my entire life. Which is slightly hyperbolic. But when they finally implement, you know, when you can have the two-story, like, one-way splitter, this one here, when you can put it next to anything without it saying it's colliding, when you can just have it sitting nice and snug next to any line or production building, that in terms of just like visually in the space, there shouldn't be any problem. Like when they change that, I'm going to be a very, very happy Hadrian. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like it's going to be a great day. All right, I think what I want to do here, I'm just going to bring the paint down this way. Perfect. Oh, wait. Too far. Not necessary. That's all I needed. Glorious. Alright, so now silicon shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, now we should have a lot more. I'm seeing silicon start to make it all the way down the line here. So hopefully what we'll see is that if this fully saturates, it'll actually slow the demand on silicon import here. Because right now, we're pouring silicon into this production apparatus, and as a consequence, I mean, thankfully, it looks like enough is on the way, but we need it to back up a little bit. We do. We definitely do. All right, processors are up to 1145 a minute. Just kidding, 1444 per minute. So, I mean, I think we've somewhat addressed the problem. But again, the crazy thing is, I haven't proliferated everything yet. I've proliferated the secondary apparatus. I have not proliferated words. I haven't proliferated anything with regard to what's going on over here at all. Remotely. Yeah, it's nuts. So, tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and, I know this is blasphemous, but I'm going to go ahead and delete you, because I need to proliferate everything starting like right here. This is the starter point. Also, have I really built all of these already? I don't have any more steel. Well, that's incredibly rude. I don't have any steel. I have titanium alloy, but I don't have steel. Okay. Well, crap. Would you be a pal, please? Be a pal and just make me some steel real quick. Pretty please? Thank you. Appreciate that. Alright, and we're going to make one of those. It's going to take a second. I literally, steel is all I needed. Okay. So while those are building, let me come over here. I can place one of them right now. I can place another one right there. And we just need to wait on the last one, and we'll be good to go. And in the meantime, I can take the paint that I brought in. And actually, speaking of splitters, I think a natural splitter might actually... Oh, nope, just kidding. I don't know why I get my hopes up for things to fit. I should know by this point what's going to fit and what's not going to. And in my head, I'm like, it's not going to fit. But there's that optimistic part of my mind, right? That is just like, maybe this will be the one. Maybe it's at the right latitude. Maybe this is the one where I don't have to finagle it ridiculously. Also, why are you so janky? And why did the game let you do that? Why did the game let you do that, but I couldn't build my damn splitter? Huh? Riddle me that, Dyson Sphere Program. Riddle me that, Youthcat. Oh no, that's a saying that might stick. Although it won't, because they do such a good job with everything that, like, I really can't meme on them too hard. Youthcat's the Dyson Sphere developer, by the way, if you didn't know that. Okay, so now all of that's being proliferated, and we have prolific amounts of paint, which is great. So we should start to see a pretty good increase in the number of these resources that are available. Holy crap. Yeah, it's really hard to proliferate, like, the second stage here. Just the way that I've got stuff stuck together. I could do it. It's gonna take some effort. It's gonna take some doing, as the saying goes. It's gonna take some doing. How much did we just increase production with those changes alone? Maybe there's a part of me that's like, maybe I don't need to proliferate this backstage. You know, and I know there's a portion of you right now that are just losing your minds as I even say those words. But hear me out. I have proliferated the input resources, but I haven't proliferated the final production facilities in the chain. Excuse me, hiccup. I haven't set up the final production facilities in the chain. What that means is that they will produce more slowly. They'll consume fewer resources than the ones that are sending resources toward them. So we're more likely to have a saturation situation where we're like everything that's producing, like, see right now we actually have a backup of these. We have a backup of these, which potentially means, hang on, let's take a look at this. Now, even with that, we still are not producing enough of those. That's so fascinating to me. So maybe we do need to proliferate. You know? So everything here is proliferated. It's not showing quite yet, but everything's proliferated. Yeah, we're up to 1359 per minute. Yeah, it's considerably better than it was. How's graphene? Here's another question I want to check on. In the galactic system, how's graphene? Okay, so now we're bringing in a lot more. If we look at the last hour, yeah, you can see where... All right, so hopefully we're good. I guess what I want to look at is the entire cluster. How we doing? Okay, this is promising right here. Over the last hour, let's say over the last 10 minutes. Ooh, look at that. All right, so right now we're meeting demand quite solidly there. This is not something I've done a lot, but this is for the entire cluster. Whoa! Okay, we're not we're not meeting graphene demand. Not even a little bit. Over the last minute, yes. Over the last 10 minutes, not so much. Not so much. So, might need to figure out more of what's going on there. Is there anything else I can really safely proliferate? See, the thing is we have so much overlap here. Yep, you know what? You know what? We've spent enough time with processors in this series. I'm really happy to see that we're now exceeding demand again, and I'm gonna leave it with that. I'm not gonna be a perfectionist. Perfectionism is poison. I am going to... Let's go back to Gakrux and take a look at what we can do. Well, you know what? First of all, let's go back home. Let's go to Alpha Andromeda. Where are you, my friend? There you are. And let's see what we can do to build some additional guns. I actually have 19 on me, but I want more, and steel is a necessary component for those. So we can go ahead and head back and grab some of those. Specifically, I need steel. And then once I have steel, I can make a bunch of guns. And then we need to proliferate additional things on Gakrux Prime, while also taking a look at the graphene situation. There's an argument to be made that maybe I just need to burn even less graphene than I'm currently burning. Oh, hello. What have we here? Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that's been empty for the entire series. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. All right, lots of resources being brought in here. Let's go ahead. Excuse me? I thought I grabbed some steel just now, but apparently I didn't. Perfect. Yeah, it's literally just these that I need more of. And now processors, which I do have. Now you're telling me I don't have steel? Alright, hang on. I can go ahead. No, I did not. There we go. You want to be very careful about having different inventory panels open, especially for other containers, when you're trying to move stuff around en masse. It's a recipe for mass frustration. Yeah, so it's mainly the gears that I'm grabbing now, but I can grab additional steel and just make copious amounts of these, which is kind of handy because I want copious amounts. I want all the guns. I want to build a bunch more. Oh, this is perfect. So I'm mainly just consuming this steel. Alright, let's put these away. Anything else I need? Steel? I mean, honestly, like, I want to just keep pulling steel into my inventory and building as many of these as I can. I haven't done this in a while, and it's going to take a while for these to complete. Like, my replicator is going to be busy for the foreseeable future. But having these done is a big deal. Hang on, let's put these away. And put these away. And put these away. That will allow me to carry a bit more steel around. Now I can do that. Okay, so that's a lot of guns. I'm pretty sure I've just queued up more than 100 guns, and I've got to make the gears for every single one of them because of the way that I've gone about doing this. So, here's what I'm going to do. Let's put some things away. I'm going to head, before I go back to Gakrix Prime, we're only 20 minutes into the episode. I'm going to try not to go ridiculously overtime with this one, but I'm going to go back to Alrami, because I want to figure out what the hecking heck is going on with photon export. Because they're not currently being exported properly, and I thought I set them up. Maybe I came here to do so and got distracted, but I need to take a look at Alrami to figure out what exactly is happening. Because that's one of the things that's held up. And it's preventing the boosted lenses from having any kind of effect. Which makes me sad. Alright, we have arrived. Oh my god, look at this thing. Alright. Let's land. Okay, so you're completely backed up. Why is that? Wait. Wait. No. Okay, remote demand. That's what I wanted. I want them demanded. And then... let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Same problem. Same freaking problem as elsewhere. We have a hydrogen overage here. I mean, it's currently set up as remote demand. I can just switch that off. Honestly, I could just switch that off for a bit. I might have to come back and switch it back on at a later date, but I have so much hydrogen stored here that, like, I wouldn't need to import it for a while. I can just let it run down from its current supply and just be done with it, which is what it's currently doing. And then it'll switch. Hang on, let me look at this. Yeah, hang on. This is going to be a little bit ridiculous. Oh my god, every single... Wow, I didn't expect that. Every single line here is being used. Why? Why is that necessary? And is there one that is set up for export? Because I kind of feel like... Hang on. I could set one up for export here. That would be one way to handle it. Let me try that. It's a bit of a spur-of-the-moment solution. But hang on. If I do this... Now what I need is for this line here to come up that way. Okay, so we're now getting rid of a lot of hydrogen that will hopefully... Hang on, I want to watch and see if this actually gets shipped off. Another thing that I could do here that might help... Hang on. Are those warpers being produced here? Where are these going? Or do I have warpers going all the way? Did I really do this? Is this a thing that I really did? Oh, wow. That's freaking funny. That is so freaking funny. Alright. So I sent warpers all the way down here. And we have graphene being demanded here. One thing I can... Yeah, that's just reminding me. One thing I can definitely do on Gacrix is make sure that we're not burning it there anymore. Alright, so we just built our 53rd EM rail ejector. And I'm still building more. Now what that does, because we're freeing up space here, it allows these to function and allows critical photons to be imported/exported. I just have ridiculous amounts of hydrogen. Like, it's becoming absurd. So I'm glad I discovered that, because that means that we were not actually producing dark matter, which could have been an issue for all of our... That, you want to talk about a particular resource shortage that can really shut you down in the long term. Or not in the long term, but just take a long time to solve. Like, if your production chain for dark matter shuts down and you have all of these suns burning in various places, we don't have any nearby because they're on the opposite pole. But if you have them all burning in order to generate energy, and you don't realize that your antimatter has stopped flowing, that's a recipe for disaster that nobody wants. Alright, so this seems to be moving smoothly again. And we have hydrogen flowing in here. Yeah, it's definitely exporting, and it does seem like, despite the fact that this is filling up, like, I don't know, like, it doesn't seem like it is necessarily going anywhere, which makes me sad. But at the end of the day, it's allowing these to function for the time being, which is good. And of course, another option we always have is to make additional... is to expand our storage here and just have even more hydrogen. It's a temporary solution, but it works. It works enough for me, let's put it that way. Alright, so we're up to 65 EM rail ejectors. Let's go back to Gacrix. I'm pretty happy with that. Found an explanation for that issue. Now, Gacrix, where are you? Aha! So we're almost down to the final 1,000 cubes for this manual research, for the construction of the sphere. And I think, so there's two stops I'm going to make here as I wrap up the episode. I'm going to stop by Gacrix 5, and we're going to stop burning graphene completely. And then I'm going to head back to Gacrix Prime and start placing these guns. And I also think it's time to go ahead and make sure that everything else up there is proliferated that can be. That got put off based on like the other things that I needed done, but things should be going a little bit more smoothly now. Knock on wood. I'm not superstitious. On Gacrix Prime. And if that's the case, then we can simply build, you know, more EM rail ejectors while adding proliferator paint to the existing sails, and that'll help things move along with the sphere a lot faster than they're already moving. Oh, hello, my friend. Good to see you. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of proud of that landing. I stuck it, and that's what matters. All right, let's stop for just a moment, because I'll bet you any money. Yeah, we're done with rockets. Yep. So rockets are piling up again too, which is always nice. So we just need to order the rest of these to be filled in, and that also means it's time. I meant to go by Gackrux 5, so I need to do that as well. But hang on, let me make sure we're good here. So while I'm staring at this, though, let's go ahead and take care of our next step, shall we? Now this is where it starts to get a little bit easier, because in terms of space, it's the same number of clicks, but everything is closer together. So yeah, you see some fresh rockets on the way out. I know it's fun to watch them all fire together, but I want to keep this thing going. I want to keep this thing building. We'll have plenty of time to watch them launch, and I still, again, not everything is proliferated yet, so once we have things fully proliferated, I think things will continue to get even more fun to watch before we're done with the series. Up to almost 30 gigawatts now, which is insane. So you can see them already reaching their supply points. Now let's do the same thing with the upper tier. You can just hear the hum of that sphere, like just the sheer amount of energy this thing is putting out is intense. All right, we're up to 86 now. New EM rail ejectors, which is great. And there we go. Okay, it's actually not the hum of the sphere; it's the hum of these. It's the ray receiver, but in a lot of ways, that's the hum of the energy coming in from the Dyson Sphere, so it's both. It's both. Okay. Now, interestingly enough, here's where I have the paint situation so far. These are coming in. They're coming in painted, but then they're being painted here as well. So that's useful. But what else can we do? Hold on. Yeah, we're Ow. How? Yep. Let's go back to Gackrux 5. This is going to be my final thing, because I meant to do this on my way into the system and I landed on Prime instead of this. But for whatever stupid reason, this is still a problem. Where are you? Gackrux 5. Hello? There you are. You were hiding behind the star. Let's warp through the sphere here. Oh my god, there it is. And we've arrived. All right, yeah. This is a problem. Like, I think I kind of just want to go crazy with more pilers, to tell you the truth. Because I don't need pilers per se. But at the same time, like, you know what I mean? Like this will help free up space on the lines. So maybe I do need pilers. It's like I'm thinking about it in a very different way than I've typically gone about it in the past. Yes, I know. I know. You're disconnected. I know. It's sad. Whatever will you do? Because we have a bunch of graphene being produced here that, like, nothing is happening with. Which is crazy to me. Alright, so what we should, like, hopefully start to see now here, it might take a second, because there are actually a number of these that need to empty out. What we should hopefully begin to see... Yeah, I've got to do even more of these. Hang on. Yeah, so they're functioning continuously. We should see some of these actually... What's happening to graphene production here? Let's look at the local planet in the last 10 minutes. Alright. In the last 1 minute... Alright. It's gone up considerably over what it was before that. So, what we just did helped. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can see it helping now. Okay, now another thing I have to do... We're going to stop burning it completely here. I'm just going to delete this. Because right now these are not necessary. I'll leave that in place. But we need this graphene, you know, actually being sent off-world. So, now that that is being done, it seems like things are moving along at a much more reasonable rate here. This hydrogen storage seems to have almost emptied out. But we also are completely full of hydrogen at the moment. So, like, it might actually be filling up right now. Yeah, it is at the moment. Probably because we are supplying hydrogen from other planets that weren't supplying it before. But that's one thing that I would love to get better at with future Dyson Sphere playthroughs. Is, like, I feel like hydrogen in particular is a resource that is incredibly difficult to manage for me. Because it's like, there's just so many things that produce it or that produce it as a byproduct. And it's like, okay, this is a lot. This is a lot. All right, so these can't output either. Because there's not enough, yeah, space on these lines. So, hang on. In some ways, we're starting to experience the same problem, but with hydrogen. Do I need to put pilers for both resources down? Is that what the game is telling me? Do I need to have pilers for both? Hang on. I might need to. Let's see if it'll let me. Let me put two side by side here. Yep, that's what I'm going to need to do in order to make sure that these lines stay unclogged. Do we have a power situation here? That yellow glow indicates we do. There's a bit of a power problem here. I'm going to need to make sure that I fix that. Probably just due to the fact that I'm no longer burning graphene. But the graphene should never have been producing a ton of power anyway. So, lack of item. That's not remotely true. Yeah, it's the sorter that I don't have. Oh, wow. No, we're still over on power. That is crazy. I'm really surprised by that. It's fine. I mean, this is easily solved. I said I wouldn't go over like crazy, and look what we're doing. Look what we're doing, Legion. I told you I wouldn't do this. Why are we doing this? Alright, so there's one. Now the question is, will that be enough? No, it's not. Because that's just increasing the amount of demand. Alright, you're at 300%. I could reduce you down to 200%. Maybe even 100%. And that does reduce the demand a little bit. Because we clearly, you know, you've got enough of this stuff to begin with, so maybe you can settle down. But anyway, we'll continue to worry about that in the next episode. For now, I'll stop this one here. I'm just staring at this because I'm wondering what else I might be able to do to improve this situation. I know I still can build some additional pilers, and I will do that just to free up space on these lines. Because I'm just realizing in circular situations like this, it's necessary. I might even want to go back up to Zeta Array and make sure that I can't do the same in certain places there, because it just seems like an obvious opportunity, you know, to address that particular logistical kink that can pop up. See, that just helps clear up space for some of the backed up buildings to deposit the resources, and you can see the backups literally clearing. The downside of that is that it means additional power consumption, because buildings that have been offline forever because they haven't been able to put their stuff anywhere can now put their stuff places. So I just realized I think I might be able to swing one more of these. Nope, not quite. Unless I make a small change. Ever so tiny. I would love to end this episode with the power woes addressed a little bit, so this would be nice. Magical. And now we're burning a little bit more hydrogen here too, which is positive because God knows we need to burn more hydrogen just to keep things a little bit sane. Yeah, that's much better. Matter of fact, it's so much better that I can go ahead and double the speed here again and probably still be fine. Yeah, totally fine. Okay. Thank you for watching. We're almost 44 minutes in. This game just does this to me. In the next one, we are going to probably head back to Gapworks Prime and start placing a lot of these guns so that we can start firing more of these sails, and so that this thing can actually start filling in a little bit sooner. Because we've ordered, you know, these panels, but the first set of panels is clearly still filling in. It's going to take a while. So what we really need is to increase the rate at which these are being spit out. And I think once we see that, we're going to see significantly faster progress on the Dyson Sphere in general. But we're up to 137 EM rail ejectors and still plenty more to build. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes are coming out every day at noon, US Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.